Thank you so much, Maria. Obviously, for us, we wanted to start this day out with talking about leadership. Those that are on this call, those that are with us today, directors, senior directors, and executives have already hit incredible ranks. And to get to that next level, leadership is a huge part of that. And it's not an easy thing maybe to comprehend sometimes, but just know that every one of you guys is leaders. Every one of you guys are leaders, and you're here for a reason. You've done something incredible. So congrats to that. And thank you, Maria, for your time this morning. Now we're going to go over to one of our Zaya executives out of Missouri City, Texas, Laura De Vera.
Hello, Zaya family, and welcome to Base Camp. I am so excited to be here with you guys. My name is Laura De Vera, and I am from Houston, Texas, and I have been with Zaya for a little over 2 years. So, one thing that I get asked most about is how do I increase engagement and sales in my VIP group? I get asked that by new reps and even seasoned reps. So I'm so excited to share some of my tips and tricks with you guys today. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you guys is that you're not just a Zaya rep. Become a brand. Become a person to these people. Build relationships. You want to be relatable so that those people want to hear from you and support your business. So how do you do that? You share with them. Not only are you sharing our amazing products, but you share a little bit about yourself. Whether it's about your life, your family, your activities, your hobbies, give them a glimpse inside of what your life is like. Does that mean that you have to give TMI? Absolutely not. My group knows that I'm married and I have 2 children, but they probably don't even know my children's names unless they're my personal friends. But you want to give them those relatable items and let them see who you are. That's going to help build a relationship and a connection with them, and it's going to make them want to support your business, whether it's by sales or engaging in your VIP group. So make sure that you become a relatable person to them and not just someone that's trying to pitch a sale, okay? Also, when you post things with content. Don't just throw up a restock post and say, these things restocked and it has pictures of these beautiful items. Those people don't know what those items are. They don't know what the numbers are. Give them a list. Tell them what those items do. Let them know if they should resize or they should size up, size down, what activities those items are great for. Maybe they're versatile and they can be worn to the office. Give them as much information about those products as you can. Now, I get it. Sometimes restocks might come when you're busy or you're at work and you can't talk about all those things, but throw in the post, these items restocked, put the names in them, and at least give some sizing suggestions. And I would personally say, oh, my favorite out of these is, the Black Pocket Light and Tights, because we all love our perfect little black leggings. Everyone needs a pair. Give them content in your post. You do not want to just throw a graphic up there with no information. Let them know that you know what you're talking about and that they can trust in you for their orders as well. Okay? Don't post and pray. It doesn't work. It never has. And that's not how you're going to get people to want to support your business. They want to buy from you because they know that you are knowledgeable about what we carry. And if you need help with that, we have groups that help with sizing and pictures and things like that. Try to post pictures of people in other sizes so that it becomes relatable to the people in your group. They can look at different sizes and different people and say, that looks great on them. I look like that. I'm probably going to look great in that too. So again, increase your content. Make sure that you're talking about the product and make sure that you know about the products so that people can trust in you when they buy. No one wants to buy something and have to return it and wait for a new size. We want to get this right the first time and let them feel confident in your ability to do that for them. Also, if you're on my team, you know this is coming. Go live. I love going live. I'll be honest. I'd rather go live than record a video like this. I expect to screw up in my lives and I don't expect perfection and a child might walk in. That's fine. Those things are relatable. It is okay to not be perfect in your life. And let's be real, we all know that freeze frame at the end is going to make us laugh. Be able to laugh at yourself with that too. So what do you go live about? Maybe you don't have a lot of products, and that's okay. We all have an enrollment kit. Go live about the items in your enrollment kit. You've got some great staples in there. Maybe we had a brand new item release that's similar to an item that you have. Go live about that item you have and tell them what's similar. Tell them what's different. Maybe it's just the pattern. That's okay. If you only have Black Pocket Light and Tights and we release them in pine, you can still go live and review them and say, now you can get these in a beautiful new color. Go live about the same product more than once. You don't have to, do it one time. Facebook algorithms don't always show our posts to everybody. We know that. So not everyone's gonna see it. Or maybe they were at work the time you did. Go live at a different time, but just go live. When a restock comes on an item that you have, you can go live and tell them about it. It's a great benefit and people get to see what it looks like on you. Your customers know what you look like more than they probably know what other people look like, and they can get a good idea. And honestly, when your kids come in and ruin your live in your mind, everyone loves it and laughs. So don't worry too much. You want to go live, you want to look professional, you want to be able to, have a clean background, but understand we all know mistakes happen. So don't be too nervous about that, okay? So how often do you post? I decided to poll my VIP group on this. I asked them how many times they wanted to see me post a day. The average number was 2 to 3. So I post 4 to 5 because again, I know that Facebook is not showing my posts to everybody all the time. And I also know that it can take 5 to 8 times for a post to show up on someone's newsfeed before that they actually get it. So post again. But if you are going to stick to that minimum of 2 to 3 times, then I strongly suggest that you post once in the morning, once in the afternoon, whether that be restocks, or if we don't have restocks, just post something else. It could be about bomber bras or all-star bras. Don't forget about all the amazing staples we have. We don't always have to post about new releases. And then you can post again in the evening. What do those posts entail? Maybe you're gonna highlight a product. Maybe you're gonna highlight a product line. Maybe you're gonna talk about just this bomber bra or all of them. Any of those are options. Also, post non-Zaya things. If you love to cook, or even if you don't and you found a great recipe, post that recipe. Ask people for their favorite recipe. Post interactive things. When I say interactive things, I have personally found that when you post things that don't ask them to leave the group, then they're more likely to reply. So for instance, you ask a question, or maybe you post, what are your 3 favorite things on this list? They're more likely to reply to that than to leave, go screenshot something and come back. I made a post the other day, what's your favorite Girl Scout cookie? That had tons of comments. People love sharing their favorite things. And every single comment I replied to, whether it was, oh yes, that's my favorite too, or ooh, I haven't had that one. I reply. I honor everybody who's taken the time to comment. And that's also going to help with your engagement. I love a good funny meme. I post those all the time. I always make sure I try not to post anything controversial. I stay out of politics, I stay out of religion, I stay out of things that people could be offended by. There's plenty of funny things out there that you can post, so just be careful with it. But I love to make people laugh, and I love to laugh myself. So those are some of my favorite things that I love to post. I also love to post about my favorite things, whether it's my favorite, again, recipe, or a new item I bought around the house, or favorite shoes, things like that. I love to post about my favorite things. Another thing that I post about, or I ask about, is I do polls. Whether it's a new release day and I might say, hey, in the evening, these items all released. What's your favorite one? Which one do you want me to review first? And that helps me get an idea of what my customers are interested in. So I will post things like polls and ask questions, or should we do a challenge this month? Whatever it be, post those polls. Give people a chance to interact and give you feedback on what they want to hear and what they want to see, okay? Again, you're going to let them into your live. You're going to create very, very important content, not just pictures. You're not just going to tell them where to buy it and give them a website and say these things restocked. You're going to post often, probably more often than you thought. I'm not saying to post 10 times a day, but I like to say somewhere between 3 and 5 is kind of my magic number. And post consistently, because what happens is if you stop posting and they're not posting, then Facebook is going to kind of drop you off of the radar. Also, don't be afraid to ask people to comment. So if I post something and I notice it's not getting any comments, I might text a friend on the side and say, hey, did you see my post? Do you mind commenting on it? Some of my friends already know it's going to happen, right? But if you haven't done that yet, send your friend a message and say, hey, I'm trying to start my business. I'm trying to kick it off, and my VIP group is very important to that business. I made a couple posts and no one's interacting. I'm not asking you to buy anything, but if you can spare a couple minutes and you mind commenting on those things, please help me out. I appreciate it. And then make sure if they do, that you comment back. Again, you always want to honor their time that they spent to comment to you and comment back to them as well. So you want to be consistent in that. I never just like and heart something. I'm always going to comment and reply back to them. And it's not going to be like at the end of the post after all these people have commented, I'm not just going to throw in a comment then. I'm going to comment on every single person, and I'm going to try to engage that person in conversation every single time. Okay. Remember, your VIP group is not about numbers. Okay. It doesn't matter if you have 100 people. It doesn't matter if you have 700 people. It is not about the number. It's about the quality of the people in it. You can have a lot of people in your VIP group who aren't doing anything. I personally don't like to fill mine up with reps because I feel like it takes away from the genuine comments. So if it's all reps that are saying, oh, I love that, oh, I love that, I don't feel like the customers are really understanding how great it is. I try to get the customers to engage in it. Whether it be I ask a customer if they mind leaving a review, or if they mind if I share their review that they sent me personally. I always ask them if they mind if I use their name or not. I ask the customers to do those things. And if you have a customer who's fallen in love with it, ask them, say, hey, do you mind sharing that in my VIP group? It always helps when other people are commenting and posting in your group. So ask people to interact, whether it be in the beginning, I told people, if you post a review, an honest review, I will waive your shipping on your next order. It's a small price, but at least I know I got 2 orders from that person as well. So keep that in mind. I try not to offer a whole lot of sales. If I offer a sale, it's going to be on a specific product. I'm not going to offer a huge sale, but I try to stay away from that. Also, share your why. Your why, Zaya. It doesn't have to be a long paragraph of why you did Zaya. Now that's beneficial and those are great too, but you can also sprinkle that into your post, whether it's something like, oh, my kids are both home today doing distance learning. I'm so grateful to be able to have a job where I can still focus on my family and be able to focus on my business at the same time. It doesn't have to be full on in your face, okay? Those are going to help people relate to you again, relate to your business, support your business, and also it's a recruiting tool that can share the opportunity with people. So you want to make sure that your posts are going to cover those things as well. I throw in a lot of things about parties. If I ordered a bunch of stuff and I'll say, oh, I'm so lucky to be able to use rewards in these and get them for free and half off, rep perks. Sprinkle in those kind of things. You don't have to be in someone's face, but the number one thing that you need to do is be consistent. Show up every day so that people know that you are part of this business and they trust in you and they know that you believe in it and they're going to believe in you. I hope that helps you guys, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.